Welcome my dear students. In the previous video, we have understood what is the difference between a combinational circuit and a sequential circuit. As part of the sequential circuits, we try to understand that the output of a sequential circuit depends upon the present input and the past outputs and also the past inputs and also the clock. For this, to know the past inputs and the past outputs, it requires a memory. So, a sequential circuit is a combination of a combinational circuits and a memory. And the output is previous outputs are stored in the memory and the inputs and the are there fed back to the sequential circuit. So at any given instance of the time, the output depends upon not only on the latest inputs but also on the past inputs, past outputs and the clock and the memory. It requires a memory. So as part of understanding the memory, there are two basic memory elements. One is called a latch and other one is called a flip-flop. We've also tried to understand the difference between a latch and a flip-flop. In a latch, the output of a latch changes at any instant of the time or during the clock on period whenever the input changes. So the output of a latch changes as soon as the input changes during the clock period. Whereas in the flip-flop, the output changes only when the clock transits from 0 to 1 or 1 to 0, even though the input changes multiple times. So the output does not change multiple times during the clock period. It changes only when the transition takes place. Whereas in the latch, the output can change multiple times. So that is the difference between a latch and a flip-flop. So as part of that, we will try to understand the difference between a latch and a flip-flop by understanding the SR flip-flop. So SR flip-flop, we can call this SR as a latch because this SR flip-flop is latch and it is only a latch. So this is a combination of two NOR gates and one of the inputs is said to be reset and other input is said to be set, and the two outputs, one is Q and other one is complement of Q. Now this Q complement is fed back to the upper part of the upper NOR gate and the Q is fed back to the lower NOR gate. So this is set and this is reset. So that is why this is called SR latch, reset and set, or set reset latch. And this basically works on the principle of NOR gate logic. The NOR gate logic is whenever A and B both are 0, then only the output is 1. In all the other cases, output is 0. In the sense, if any one of the inputs is 1, the output naturally becomes 0. The output will be 1 only when both the inputs are 0. So on this principle, we will try to understand the working and the truth table of SR flip-flop. So it is set and reset. Set means the output is set to 1. Reset means the output is set to 0. So this is the circuit we will try to understand for all the cases of all the combinations of or all the combinations of R and S. So here we can understand from this, when reset is 1, when the reset is 1 and the set is 0, you can look at this. Whenever one of the inputs is 1, the output naturally becomes 0 because of the NOR gate logic, and this 0 is fed back here, and this 0 and 0 becomes 1, and this 1, irrespective of whatever is this, because of this R, it becomes 0. So reset makes the output 0. When R is 1 and S is 0, the output is 0 and complement of it is 1. Right? Now, when I make set 0, when I make set 0 and reset 1, output is reset to 0. Reset means setting the output 0. When I make it set, when I make it set here, now set means set is 1 and reset is 0. When set is 1 and reset is 0, set is 1 means this becomes 1. When one of the inputs is 1, this becomes 0. When this 0 is fed back here and this 0, 0, both are zeros, that is why this will be 1. 1 here, 1, 1, 0. So it doesn't matter what is the input here. It matters only when one of the inputs is 1. So straightforward, output of that NOR gate is 0. And this NOR gate output is fed back to the input of this NOR gate, and this is already 0. Now because of this, this is 0, this is 1. So when R is 0 and set is 1, Q is 1 and Q bar is 0. So we have tried to understand set and reset. When reset is 1, set is 0, the output is 0. When the reset is 0 and the set is 1, the output is 1, and the Q bar, the complement of the output, is 0. Then comes the other condition, both are 0 and 0. So you can look at this. When this is 0 and this is 0, both are 0. But I don't know what was the previous input here, previous output here. So I can assume any one of them. So before I make this to 0 and 0, say for example this was at 1. Now this was at 0 automatically because they are complement to each other. So this is 1 and 0. Now this is 0 and 0. So because of this 1 is fed back here, one of the inputs is 1, so output becomes 0, and this 0 goes here, and 0, 0, this is 1. So what I am trying to say here, when the input, when the reset and the set are both are 0, whatever was the output before making this R and S both 0 will remain as it is. In both the cases, you can see by assuming 0 also. I have assumed 0 here, both are 0, 0, and this is 0, this is 1. So when this is 0, this comes 0, this is 0, 0, this is 1, as it is, no change. This 1 will be here and this is 0. So if it was 0, by setting this 0 and 0, it will remain at 0. If it was 0, by setting this 0 and 0, this 1 comes here, 1, 0, this is 0, 0, 0, 1. Or when this is 0, this is 0, this is already set to 0, 1 and 1, so 0. So when R is 1, set is 0, output is 0. When R is 1, S is 0, output is 0. When R is 0 and S is 1, the output is 1. When both are 0, 0, there won't be any change in its state, we call it as, or the previous output will not change, it will remain same. Now that can be also understood from our Boolean algebra. So we can call it as Q S. S plus Q bar. This is Q bar is equal to S plus Q bar, and this Q is equal to R plus Q bar bar, OR gate. So as per our Boolean algebra or De Morgan's principle, it is R bar Q bar bar, right? R bar Q. Now R bar is 0 bar because R is set to 0. 0 bar, it is 1. 1 into Q, this is Q. So whatever is the Q, that will remain same. Now I can also check it here. Q bar is equal to Q plus S whole bar. So S bar dot Q bar. Then S bar, S is 0, so 0 bar. 0 bar is 1 and Q complement. So Q complement as it is. So when the input R and S both are 0, the output will not change from its previous value. When R is 1, the S is 0, the output will be reset to 0. When R is 0 and S is 1, the output will be set to 1. So this we can understand by changing its values whatever we can. Now for example, these both are 0 0 and this is at 1 and 0. Now I'll make this 1. By making this 1, this automatically becomes 0. When this is 0, this becomes 0. When both are 0, this becomes 1. Then this is 1. This is 1. So 1 1 0. This is now reset because R is 1, set is 0. Now this is the condition. Now if I want to change it to, if I want to set, this is 0, this is 1. Now because of this one, irrespective of this becomes 0. Now this 0 goes here. Now because of this 0 0, this becomes 1. Now R is 0, S is 1, so Q has been set to 1. Even in this case also you can see, if I make this 1, this becomes 0 because one of the inputs is 0. One of the inputs is 1. Now this will go here, 0 0, then this becomes 1. Right? Now this is 1, this is 0 because of set. Now by making this, I'll make this 0. If I make this 0, this 1 was there, so it will be fed back here. So this becomes 0. This 0 will go here and this is, so it will be no change, it will be as it is. So that is what we are trying to understand. We have tried to understand the 3 cases when R is 1 and S is 0, when S is 1 and R is 0, when both are 0 0. So that is what we can look at the table. But now this is a typical case when both are 1 and 1. R is also 1 and S is also 1. When both are 1s, we know from the NOR principle that if any one of the inputs of an NOR gate is 1, the output will be forced to 0. But this is also 1, this is also 1. Irrespective of other two, this input and this input, this will be forced to 0 and this also will be forced to 0. Both will be forced to 0 in this case both are not complement to each other. That is why this will not be a useful case for our SR flip-flop or a latch. So we will try to understand little later how to make SR latch as a flip-flop. And in the syllabus it is mentioned that flip-flop, so we are using a common convention flip-flop, but it is a latch. This is a latch because whenever it changes, it will change. There is no control, there is no enable pin, or there is no a clock. So that is why whenever the input changes, it will output will immediately change depending upon the previous or the other inputs. So this is, if I combine the truth table, you can see this. When both are 0, the output will not change. When R is 0, S is 1, the output will be set. When R is 1, the S is 0, the output will be reset. And when both are 1, 1, there will be no use, or it is called a race condition, or we will never attempt to make R and S both 1 in this SR latch. So this can be diagrammatically represented by a simple block. Inside it is called SR latch, S and R and Q complement. So this is a latch since it changes whenever the input changes, no control of clock. So this is the SR flip-flop you can understand. Now I can control the output and I can make it enable. Whenever I want, then only output will change. Output will not change as soon as the input changes. Whenever it is enabled, whenever the SR flip-flop is enabled, then only the output will change. So that can be done by using another combination. This is the combination I am using it. So please try to understand this. So SR flip-flop with a control input. So I have a control input and now I am using it as by NAND gates. So the NAND gate, what is the NAND gate principle? If any one of the you can look at this, a NAND gate logic output is always logic 1 if any one of the inputs is 0. It is quite opposite to the NOR gate. So if any one of the inputs is 0, if any one of the inputs is 0, output becomes 1. So now look at this. Look at this. Okay, now if this is 0, if this is 0, irrespective of what is R and S, irrespective of R and S, because one of the inputs to a NOT gate is 0, this will automatically become 1 and this also will become 1, right? This is 1, this is 1. Say this is 0, so I apply 0 here. This is 1, this will be 1. So 1, 1, this becomes 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. Or by any other chance, this is 0 and this is 1. So if this is 0, this becomes 0. This is 0, 1, 1 and this is 1, 1, 1, 0. What I am trying to say here, whenever this input, clock input is 0, this is 1, 1 condition, 1, 1. When both are 1 and 1, whatever the output was there before making this 1, 1 will remain same, irrespective of what is S and R. Does it make any difference these two? Because this is anyway 0. So one of the inputs is 0 all the time. So when one of the inputs is 0, irrespective of this 1 and 0, this becomes 1 and this becomes 1. Now if this was 0, this is 0, this is 1, 1, 1, 0. It will be 0 only. If this was 1, this will be 1, 1, 1, 1, this will be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, it will be 1. So it will remain same. That is called no change condition. No change condition. So this is the, now whenever I want to make, or whenever I want to change the output with the help of inputs, I can not do that as long as this is 0. If this is 0, even if they change this to 0 1 or 1 0 1 1, this will remain same. This is called a disable or a control. So it will stop functioning as, it will stop changing, it will stop working as a SR flip-flop, is irrespective of this. Even if I want to set or if I want to reset, it will not happen as long as this is 0, right? So whenever I change this to 0 to 1 or 1 to 0, this will only change. So this is the flip-flop, I can say. Now when I make this 1, so this is 1, this is 1, right? Now this will not decide. Now if this is 1 and this is 1, this will be 0, right? If this is 0, this will be automatically 1. If this is 1, this is 1, this will become automatically 0. This is 0 and 1. So when the set is 1, reset is 0. When the set is 1, reset is 0, the output becomes 1. Okay. Now when, but for that this should be on 1. If I make this 0 again, this becomes 1, this becomes 1, and then this will be 0, so this will be 1, this will be 1, so 1 1 0, no change. But if this I can make 1, and then only if I can change this to 1, S is equal to 0, R is equal to 1. So this is 1, this is 1, both are 1, so this is 0. When this is 0, irrespective of this, this becomes 1. So this one makes this 1. Then this is 1 and 0. So this is 1 because one of the inputs is 0. This is 1. 1 1. This is look at this. So this is 0, 1, and this is 1, this is 1, so it becomes 0. So look at this. When the C is 1, S is 0, and reset is 1, this becomes 0. And now I'll make R also as 0. So this is 0, this is 0, this is 1, this is 1. If this is 1, if I say this is 0, this becomes 0. So 0 1 again makes this 1. So 1 1 makes 0, no change. So when the C is 1, reset is 0, set is 1, the Q is 1. When the reset is 1, set is 0, the Q is 0. It is reset. When both are 0, no change. But when both are 1s, if this is 1 and this is 1, see 1 and 1, 1. So this will be 0 because both the inputs are 1s. This also 0. One of the inputs is 0. This will be forced to 1. One of the inputs is 0. I am not considering this. This is 0. So one of the inputs is 0. Straightforward this will become 1. Both are trying to be 1. Such a condition is not useful. We are not going to use that. It is called a race condition. So this is the SR flip-flop with a control input. So what is SR flip-flop? It is a set reset flip-flop. When both are 0, the output will remain as it is, as equal to the previous. When set is 0, reset is 1, the output will be reset to 0. When the set is 1, reset is 0, the output will be set to 1. When both are 1s, the output will not be useful. Both outputs Q and Q complement tries to be 1, which is a contradictory. That is why I will never allow the inputs both R and S to be 1 and 1. That is a latch I was talking about. This is a latch. This is a latch. Now I can make it flip-flop by having a control input. That is, I have done it by using a NAND gate. So in the NAND gates also, we try to understand a complete truth table by changing every value. So when this is 0, this is 1, this is 1. Both are 1s. It will depend upon the other inputs. So if this is 0, 0, 1, this will be 1 and 1, 1 will be 0. So it will not have any change. So this is 0, this is 0, this is 1, it will become 1, 1, 0, it becomes 1, 1, 0. So this is 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, and if this was so this 0 makes this 1. This 1 will be fed back here. This 1, 1 makes this 0. So this is how a